Meet Me at the Creek was named as one of the finalists of the 2024 Big Sky Festival. I asked Lauren what the film was about and what this achievement meant for her.
Siona God, Lauren Waters Dawado. Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Waters. Meet Me at the Creek is a short documentary that tells the story of Cherokee Nation citizen Rebecca Jim and her vision for the community if the water was clean. Meet Me at the Creek focuses on the futurity of this community. So we're seeing gathering of, our traditional plants, and we're seeing a love story happen on screen while we're hearing Rebecca's beautiful narration that brings the audience and viewer through this experience in life that Rebecca has created fighting for the rights of Tar Creek. It's kind of surreal that it's screening at Big Sky Film Festival as one of the finalists, because I was there last year as a fellow and with Niatero, and now my film is premiering there. And so I know that there will be a large Indigenous audience for the world premiere, which I'm really excited about. And Rebecca and I will be there to do a Q&A. So I just feel really honored.
As Tar Creek degraded over the years, Rebecca Jim told me what caused this.
Yeah, it's a sad story and one that I'm afraid will be repeated around the country. And I think that's why this story, elevating it, will be so important. So, in 100 years ago, lead and zinc were initial elements that we needed, essential elements that we needed, and they were found and exploited on the Quapaw tribal lands, actually, and left to just marinate on their property and then spill over into the lands and the waters of the Miami, the Peoria, the Ottawa, and other tribes downstream, including the Cherokee Nation. So what happened there has impacted all of us downstream.
She then told me about the cultural significance of Tar Creek.
Yeah, the saddest story is that it's the other main street running through the town of Miami, Oklahoma. It was, I think, when you think of the culture, you begin with the children and you think of how they would like to play there and swim. And now they cannot, but they are. And so each one can be damaged by the metals that are there and impact their lives forever and poison them.
The importance of protecting sites like Tar Creek all over the world are then shared to me by Rebecca and Lauren.
We have to start somewhere, and we have to start with the places we love or the places we want to love. These waterways that run through our properties um, should be the most valued places we have on earth, and we need to protect them because they are the life.
I think it's important because Tar Creek is in a place that the Cherokees were removed to from our homelands in North Carolina. And this land is where a lot of us reside now, alongside a lot of other tribal nations. And if we don't protect what's in our backyard, then we're not going to be able to protect much else. And so that's why I think it's important. And I highlight some of that with Rebecca's experiences in the film, this connection that we have to our homelands and this feeling of loss and love, but also a longing for this place that Tar Creek could be, and that it doesn't exist yet, but it could. This place could have a new story.
I proceeded to ask them what their film says about climate change on a wider scale.
This documentary shines light on the fact that Indigenous people should be at the forefront of all of climate change issues, because we are the caretakers of the land. And Rebecca has dedicated her life to caring and advocating for Tar Creek and this place. And I think that translates across the world when dealing with these issues, and also just having a relationship and connection with where you're from. And so I think that is generally what can translate, is that Indigenous people are important when we're discussing these topics.
They told me what's next for Tar Creek.
Next steps, we begin with this movie. It is a start, and I believe will be a message that will resonate in the community to see their creek honored in this way. It is a message that says we can rally around a place that we ought to be able to enjoy. And I think it will be a real turning point. I believe that Tar Creek and other water bodies, other places on Earth, they have rights too. And I believe this will help elevate her and her story. That this was a man-made disaster. It was made for making money. It made a lot of money, and it poured down grief on a community that will be lasting for generations.
Our next step with Tar Creek is to get her rights, and we would love for Tar Creek to have rights of nature and for EPA to grant a solid cleanup for this place. And I think that this film will be shown across the country in so many film festivals and different communities, and will help spread the word about what's happening at Tar Creek, but also will inspire people to care and have a connection to where they're from and their place, and really think about what that means to them. While this is a really important and passionate story about Tar Creek, I think that we should also take a look at how filmmaking and storytelling is something that Indigenous people have always been doing, and it's how we've passed on our knowledge and traditional ways. And filmmaking is now a tool that we can use to amplify that. And I hope that this film can inspire other Indigenous storytellers to tell stories about their places and about their people. And I hope that Indigenous youth can fill more of the film industry. If you go to the website, it is laurenwaters.com/meetmeatthecreek. We will have screening events and links to where you can catch the film, and hopefully you'll be able to see it soon.
In Phoenix, Arizona, Daniel Herrera, ICT News.